My name is Chris Tinney. I'm a Professor of Astrophysics and Co-Director of the Australian Centre for Astrobiology at the University of New South Wales. I'm an astronomer and I hunt for planets around other stars. Hunting for planets around other stars is incredibly exciting work to do, and who wouldn't possibly want to spend their days doing that? More seriously, an important part of trying to understand whether there's life out there in the universe is trying to understand how prevalent the platforms that life could possibly exist on would be. And while it's a bit of a challenge at the moment trying to actually detect planets just like the Earth orbiting around stars just like the Sun, there's a lot of work that we can do in the meantime to look for planets that are potentially habitable environments and to look for planets that are slightly more massive than the Earth, planets orbiting slightly lower mass stars than the Sun, to try and look at the sort of distribution functions of planetary properties so that we can then extrapolate down to things that look just like the Earth. So I have an undergraduate degree in physics from right here at the University of Sydney, and did a PhD in astrophysics in the United States. I have to say that I'm still an astronomer. The amount of biology I know you could write on the back of a postage stamp, but nonetheless, actually knowing how many planets are out there is pretty important for astrobiology. It's an important part of the sort of the multifaceted approach that astrobiology is made up from. It brings together completely traditionally disparate fields. My position on whether there's life out there in the universe is we don't know. And the good thing about being a scientist is I'm not a politician. I don't have to believe things. I don't have to have faith. I can just say, if I don't know, I don't know. I'd have to say when I was doing my undergraduate degree in physics, I had no idea where my career was going to go at all. And it's been interesting. I just happened to have chosen a slightly weird area of astronomy to do my PhD in, and that then led into looking for planets around other stars later on. So no, it's been a voyage of discovery throughout my whole career. Astrobiology is a field that's very attractive to lots of different students, and so the centre does very well at attracting people in, and it's about combining together the tricky balance of having to do excellent work in the various disciplines that make up astrobiology, while also having to then span across those different disciplines and look for the connections. Sometimes those connections are small, sometimes those connections are big, and it's important that we keep looking for those connections because it's such an interdisciplinary kind of endeavour. You could have a background in astronomy, you could have a background in physics, in chemistry, in biology, in geology and geosciences, in planetary sciences. It really does cover the full gamut of almost all of science.